Hi folks, we'd like to show you folks the DCS wall oven. This is a 30-inch wall oven, and we're going to show you some of the features and what makes this thing so tremendous. But they also do a double wall oven if one needed more space than just the single. But let me tell you, this particular rig, it really does a tremendous job as far as performance, and we're even going to show you guys with a little cooking here shortly. But you've got stainless steel outdoor external components, as well as you've got a nice professional looking stainless steel handle on this particular piece. And let's take a look up on the insides. We'll show you guys what it's all about. All right. One thing that I'd like to mention is that you've got 3 racks that come standard. You can purchase additional racks if you need them, but you have 3 racks, but multiple settings. And so if you're cooking larger things or smaller things, you have, different places where you can put your racks to give yourself more flexibility. And in that respect, something that kind of, also brings to mind, if you notice here, we don't have a lower exposed element. That's something that is found on a lot of the competition out there, but the element for baking is actually concealed underneath this surface right here, and that does a couple of things for you. One, it allows for better heat transfer throughout the unit because you're actually able to have heat accumulating in the sides as well as the top of the unit. Does a much better job of distributing and giving an even heat throughout the unit, as well as you can actually, without having an exposed element, use this particular lower section as a rack, if you will. Also, if you think about it, having an exposed element, it makes it more difficult for cleaning. And then, the next step further is, having an exposed element, it causes more of a concentrated heat, in the center, and that's, something that you'll find on the competition that's out there. And so you've got your concealed element, you have your multiple racks here, but here's something else that really is neat. What DCS has done is they have a true convection assembly on this unit. And, what is convection? A lot of people associate convection with, a fan that circulates the air inside the unit. But what makes this unit work so well, talking about the true convection, is that unlike its competition where simply they've got a fan blowing air throughout it, what happens with this particular rig is that you've got a fan that pulls the air within the assembly across an element that is hidden at the back of the unit. And basically, you're pulling that air from the inside chamber here across that element, and what it does is it burns off the airborne oils that are within this assembly. And what it does is, I'm going to take this other rack out. Pulls air in here, and it pushes it out of the venting on each side of this unit. And so it's there to burn off those oils. It is constantly spreading fresh air across the food on the unit. And here's what makes this thing makes that such a nice feature, is that it gives you the capabilities of preparing an entire meal in this unit at the same time. And basically, let's say you're doing, an entree. What we've got here is we've got, some potatoes and some potatoes and carrots, as well as a chicken, and we've got some of that stuff loaded with various seasonings, garlic, and things of that nature. But with that true aero bake, you could actually do a dessert or what have you on the top rack itself. Now, in my oven in the house, what would happen is that the odors and airborne oils, that are in there would penetrate all food, and so you'd have a delicious cherry pie, let's say, that had that, a garlic taste to it. I don't know about you, but that's not good at all. But with this particular unit, burning that stuff off, it allows you to do all of those things at the same time. Let me tell you, they have really just done a tremendous job. They have thought of everything, and we're actually going to show you some of that here in a little bit. Another thing, you've got an electric broiling element that's built in to the top of the unit here that's actually covered by a piece of glass. What that glass does is, let me tell you, it makes for easy cleanup. You've got a cleaning feature on this unit, and then you can just take and just wipe the top of that rig off. Easy cleanup, But also, something to mention is that it is a variable element up top. You can go anywhere from 100 to 500 degrees, unlike a lot of the competition where broil is broil, and that's, it's like a light switch. It's on or off. And so what it gives you the opportunity to do is, if you wanted to do something as simple as just melting cheese on top of a dish, you can adjust your temperature, as well as if you wanted to, to brown a crust on like a creme brulee or what have you. And so, really neat idea with that variable element. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to bring you guys in a little closer, let y'all take a look at that rig firing up. All right, guys, we're going to fire up this this broiling element for you, because we'd like for you to take a look and just see this thing in action. It really is something. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to count for you. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, we're fired up here. We're getting hot. Got a large element in there, which does a lot of looping around, really does a tremendous job of giving an even heat, and it is, as we mentioned before, concealed behind that glass, and so you're not going to get crud all in between those elements. Easy cleaning, just wipe off the glass. DCS has really done a tremendous job with their broiling. All right, guys, I don't know about y'all, but all this talking about these appliances and how neat they do, I sure am hungry. We're going to go ahead and fire this thing up, and we're going to let you guys see it in action. Something that I would like to mention is, as I preheat the assembly, is you've got this flat front with all your controls and everything sealed. I mean, cleanup is easy. I don't guess there's going to be any excuse, as far as, I didn't get around to cleaning it, because it is so easy. Everything just wipes down, and you can keep your new appliances looking, just as nice.